They said my life was over, that I had ruined my future, that I would never amount to anything, but they were wrong. This is my story, the story of how I went from being a 16-year-old pregnant girl with no hope to becoming a successful CEO. This is a story of pain, strength, and victory. And if you are watching this, I want you to know, no matter what life throws at you, you have the power to rise. I was 16, a simple village girl in Nigeria with big dreams and a heart full of hope. I was smart in school, loved to read, and wanted to become a businesswoman. I imagined myself traveling the world, wearing beautiful suits, and making important decisions. Then I met Dare. Dare was the boy every girl wanted. He was tall, charming, and had a smile that could make your heart race. When he chose me, I felt special. I felt like the luckiest girl in the world. But love can be blind, and I was too young to see the truth. Dare made promises. I will marry you one day. He whispered in my ears, we will build a life together. And like a fool, I believed him until the day I found out I was pregnant. I will never forget the look on Dare's face when I told him. He stared at me like I had just spoken a foreign language. Pregnant? How? It's not possible. I felt my heart sink. Dare, you know how. You promised we would be together. But suddenly, his promises meant nothing. I can't do this, he said. I am too young. My parents will kill me. This is your problem, Aisha, not mine. And just like that, he was gone. No calls, no messages, nothing. I was 16, pregnant and abandoned. When my parents found out, it was even worse. My mother wept for days. You have disgraced this family, she cried. My father refused to look at me. You are no longer my daughter, he said. I was kicked out of my home, left to face the world alone. The next few months were hell. I had no money, no food, no shelter. I moved from house to house, sleeping where I could. Some nights, I had nothing to eat. Other nights, I cried myself to sleep, wondering if I had made the biggest mistake of my life. People whispered when they saw me, she is too young to be a mother. Her life is over. Even my old friends stopped talking to me. I wanted to give up. I wanted to disappear. But then, one night, as I lay on the cold floor of a neighbor's house, I felt a small kick in my belly. My baby, a tiny life growing inside me. And in that moment, something changed. I realized I had one reason to keep fighting. I had one reason to survive. I had one reason to rise. And that reason was my child. I made a decision that night. I was not going to be a victim. I was not going to let this situation define me. I was going to build a future for myself and my child. But where would I start? I had no education, no money, no support. So, I turned to the one thing I knew how to do, making handmade jewelry. As a child, I had watched my grandmother make beautiful beaded necklaces. I decided to try it. With a little money I borrowed from a kind woman in my village, I bought a few beads and strings. I made my first necklace, then another and another. I walked around the village, knocking on doors, selling my jewelry for small amounts. At first, people laughed. How can a pregnant girl become a businesswoman? But I did not listen. I kept going. And slowly, something amazing happened. People started buying. One day, a rich woman from the city visited the village and saw my work. She loved it. She ordered 50 necklaces for her shop in Lagos. That was the beginning of everything. After I gave birth to my baby boy, Tomiwa, life was still hard, but I refused to give up. I worked harder. I learned new skills. I started selling my jewelry in different cities, and step by step, my small business grew. I saved enough money to go back to school. I studied business and marketing, learning how to expand my work. By the time I was 25, I had opened my own fashion brand. By 30, I had stores in Abuja, Lagos, and even Ghana. People who once mocked me now respected me, and the boy who abandoned me, one day, Dare came back. He had heard of my success. He came with apologies, fake tears, and a sad story about how life had been hard for him. He wanted me back. I looked at him and smiled. Dare, you were right. This was my problem, not yours. But guess what? I solved it. I walked away, leaving him in the past where he belonged, because I had won. The moral lesson: your past does not define you. No matter what mistakes you have made, you can still create a bright future. Never let anyone tell you your life is over. If you are still breathing, you still have a chance to rise. Pain can be your greatest motivation. Let every struggle push you to work harder. The best revenge is success. Do not waste time on those who abandoned you. Build a life so great that they regret ever living. I was a teen mom. Now I am a CEO. And if I can do it, so can you. The end. Please like and share. Subscribe for more interesting stories.